välkomna till Steneby Konsthall. Där vi idag inviger en utställning av Maja Gunn. Som är vår, inte numera så nya textilprofessor. Men hon blev ju inbjuden hit till Steneby Konsthall i och med att hon blev professor här på HDK. Jag ska inte prata så länge. Men däremot så ska jag be Louise Wallenberg att komma hit som ska inviga utställningen. Och du är docent i modevetenskap vid institutionen för mediestudier på Stockholms universitet.
Jag tänker stå kvar på golvet. Jag hörs i alla fall. Och kanske inte alla ser mig. Jätteroligt att få komma hit. Jag är grymt imponerad av den här skolan. Det jag har sett hittills. Och tänker att wow, tänk om jag var 30 år yngre. Då hade det varit mitt första val. Yes. English. So I haven't actually studied the exhibition, and I'm invited to give a talk inaugurating it. But I think this has happened once before, Maja. I actually did inaugurate an exhibition 2 years ago. That was sort of new to me as well, and it worked pretty well. Okay, so I was thinking, okay, can I do it once? Then I could hopefully do it twice. But I will read the speech. Okay. So I have known Maja Gunn since 2006, when she was accepted as one of our first MA students on the Fashion Studies program at Stockholm University. And in the spring of 2007, we went together to Sydney to a conference on fashion and popular culture. And I think this was quite amazing, an MA student being selected to participate in a conference for senior scholars, right? And she presented parts from her MA thesis at this conference. And the presentation was so good that she was later invited to revise the presentation or the paper into a chapter for the book that the organizers wanted to publish. So already then, I think, she showed me and the fashion studies people her skill as a researcher, but also as a practitioner, right? And since then, I have followed Maja from a distance, but at times we have interacted. As when I was invited to discuss the publication, if you were a girl, I would like you even more at Konsthall. Or when I acted as a kind of ghost supervisor at the final stages when you're finishing your PhD. Or when I was your discussant at Textile, Museum, sorry, 2 years ago. Exactly 2 years ago, I think, okay? When you opened the exhibition Play, that is now on in Umeå, I think. Luleå, see, yeah. That exhibition, Play, explored how a certain playfulness can help open up gender and sexuality constructions and norms through a variety of mediums and techniques, exploring, investigating, turning inside out, upside down, proving how theory and practice can complement each other in fruitful and unexpected ways. And in construction, Maja, I think, takes her experiencing and exploring further, this time investigating how the construction of clothing help conserve and construct gender and gender roles, but also the gendered body. A focus for her critical examination, as I have understood it from reading the descriptions, a critical examination, are certain garments, but also details, cuts, and materials, all of which are gender-coded. Hence, Maja strives to unravel or unpick how these contribute to the construction and the categorization of dualist gender identities, but also bodies. What she shows us in her work is indeed that clothes make the man and the woman, and also that that this making can be made. What is learned can be unlearned, to speak with Jacques Derrida. What is constructed can be deconstructed. And that if we deconstruct or destruct the details that are used for coding and constructing, and if we transgress them, the rigid dualist will be no more. And that this destruction may be initiated by the very upheaval and the questioning of the rigid sartorial rules and practices that govern us. In her work, we are invited to follow an untiring desire, an itch to question and dismantle different types of gender, ethnicity, and sexuality norms. She does so as an artist, designer, but also as a scholar. She's an artist and a designer who, with a stable basis in critical and queer theory, explores issues of normativity, identity, transgression, and freedom through her own artwork. And at the same time, she is a researcher who uses her own art and design to expand and enrich existing theory. And I believe that this is an artistic research when it is at its best. Can I ask you to come up, Maja? I have a few questions. So gender is a constant issue in your work, and I think has always been so, right? You continue to explore and to turn inside out. Is the quest for gender indifference that I can sort of see in what you're doing the same as the quest for sameness, as in the dissolution of two into one? Do you believe that we can dissolve gender and hence possibly also sexual difference?
Yeah, I'm working on the idea that gender is a construction. And if it is a construction, you can also reconstruct it, or you can also make it different, or you can also say that there's several genders. So you can, like, working with that belief or that idea, you can construct and reconstruct and deconstruct as much as you like, I guess. And that's what I'm doing.
So you think we can, through our acts and our will, come forward and move towards a sexual indifference?
Yeah, and I think that the garments and the textile material that I work with specifically can be a tool to achieve that.
I usually think of Maja as a young guerrilla Judith Butler. Yeah, I know that's big, but you know, it's so important to have a practitioner who is also a scholar to take theory further, right? So you are in a way a great translator, although you're also, you know, you're very much your own artist, right?
Yeah, I very much believe that, maybe we can discuss that later today also in the panel, but I think that practice can take theory further, but I also think that theory can take practice further, and I work with those things parallel or intertwined, and for me that's been important and it's been fruitful, I think.
Excellent. So before we finish and before you introduce our performer, is there anything you would like to share with the audience about the exhibition?
Well, I'm just happy that there's so many people here to see the show, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. And I won't say much. I think you should just walk around and have a look. And there's also a catalog here where you can read about the different artworks that's in the show. So I want to say thanks for being here, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And with that said, I would like to introduce our performer. I would like to welcome Dalslands first and so far only drag queen, Jane.
Let's go, girls. Come on. I'm going out tonight. I'm feeling alright. Gonna let it all hang out. Wanna make some noise. Really raise my voice. Yeah, I wanna scream and shout. Like a woman. Girls need a break tonight. We're gonna take the chance to get out on the town. We don't need romance, we only wanna dance. We're gonna let our head down. The best thing about being a woman is that to have a little fun. Oh, we're totally crazy. Go get 'em later. Men shirt, short skirts. We go wild, you're in the style. Give me the action, give me the attraction. Come on my head, do what I did. Wanna be free, yeah. Hear the word I feel. Man, I feel like a woman. Feel like a woman.
feeling so true. I just can't seem to understand you. I wanna make love to you. After the stars fall from heaven and the rivers stop the flow, tell me, 'cause I wanna make love to you. I wanna make love to you. I wanna make love to you. Oh, tell me, make love to you. You see, I wanna make love to you. I ain't gonna try to tell you. It always makes me feel so blue. Honey, I just can't seem to understand you. You see,